Hello, everyone, and welcome to Growth Habits with Tungozi. I am your personal guide on this journey of growth. Can you believe it? We are live. We are live. Um, I'm sure you're wondering why this we are live. We are live. There is an announcement. There is an announcement. There is information for you. There is information. Yes, this is our 100th episode, 100th session of Growth Habits with Ngozi. Did you hear that? If I need to blow more trumpet. Yes, yes, yes. 100 episodes of Growth Habits with Ngozi. This is our 100th episode. Let me just, yes, okay. I just needed to confirm that it's audible on Facebook. 100 episodes. I can't even believe it myself. I am shocked that we made it this far. 100 episodes of Growth Habits with Ngozi. So, who is excited with me? Who is excited to celebrate this 100th episode? We are doing a small giveaway. Yes, just a small one, not too big, so that you don't get your hopes up too much. We are doing a small giveaway. The giveaway will officially be announced. The results, who won the prizes, will be announced next week, Tuesday. Yes, so if you're here, do let me know before I announce this giveaway. Let me know that you're here with us for our 100th episode of Growth Habits with Ngozi. Really, I am shocked myself. Honestly, I'm shocked that I made it this far. I never thought I would make it this far. I've always I've never really been a public person, you understand. But here I am, 100 episodes of sharing value, of growing with each and every one of us. I'm still I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked. When we hit 80 episodes, I was like, wow, we're at 80 episodes. Okay. And now here we are, our 100th episode. So let me announce the giveaway, how it will go first before we go into what we have for today. Let me blow that trumpet once again. Okay, so this is how it's going to go. I will still do a post on this after this session. I will still do a post so that we can all be part of this. So we are officially celebrating our 100th episode, 100th session of Growth Habits with Ngozi. And like I said, I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that made this 100 sessions possible. Because if you were not here, I don't think I would have been doing this to 100 episodes. I probably would not. But because you are all here, because you join every Tuesday, because you watch the replay, that is why we are here at this 100th episode. So thank you, each and every one of you, for being part of this growth journey, for showing up, for learning, for applying the things that we have shared together. Because it's one thing that, I come up here and I talk and, you go. But I do get feedback from many of you showing that you're applying some of the things we have shared. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being here for me. So to celebrate this 100th episode, I'm going to give back in a little way, in my own little way. The giveaway will happen officially next week Tuesday, as I said. We'll officially announce who will get the prizes. There are two different prizes. One is a free one-on-one clarity session. Yes, you know that I have one-on-one clarity sessions that help you just to gain clarity. It's a personalized time, just me and you. Basically, it's you talking. Truly, basically, it's you talking, but I will help you gain direction, help you to focus on what will be your next steps in life, in business, in whatever area you're seeking clarity. So that will be one of the prizes of the giveaway. That would be like the grand prize of the giveaway, free one-on-one clarity session. Then I have three copies of my book. I don't know if you can see it. Yes. Uh, okay. I don't, it's showing backwards, but anyway, unleash unleash your best self. I have three copies of this book. This is the journal itself where you can write. You can see it. Yes, the journal where you can write down things. And this is the like the workbook. This has the prompts, the discussion points that will help you in knowing what to write in your journal. I don't know if this is clear, but you can see like this is day 11 of the prompts. So I have three copies to give away. That's two, the two of them like this, the journal, the journal, and the workbook. That's what we'll call it together. This is one set. So I have three sets like this to give away. Three sets like this to give away. So that will be our supporting prizes. So that's how they call it. So the grand prize will be one-on-one free one-on-one clarity session. Then the other prizes will be three copies of this book. Remember that this book is available on Amazon in case you're interested. As you didn't win and you still want to buy a copy. It's available on Amazon. It's also available on Seller. So what are the rules of this giveaway? Because it can't just be, giveaway like that. No. So the rules are one, you must follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. You must follow both handles. So I will be checking if you are following both handles. And it's not going to be someone that started following me today. No, no. So you have to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I will be checking before next week, Tuesday. Then you will like this live. You will like this live session. And you will share it to your story, to your status, however, wherever. Like and share this live session. This live session. And also the post that I will make, for this giveaway. There will be a post for this giveaway. So you have to like this live session and you have to like that post. Then you can share the post to your stories. Then you comment on the post when I make the post, not on this live session. The comment will be on the post. One lesson or one insight that you have gained from growth habits. When I make the post after this live session, you will comment on that post one lesson or one insight you have gained from growth habits. You will use the hashtag at growth habits 100. Like I said, there will be a post after this live session for the giveaway. Um, if you want to have a bonus entry, I don't know if the bonus will, they should help you out somehow. But if you want to have a bonus entry, tag a friend who needs this, and each friend that you tag, that friend either follows or likes my page, you will get a bonus entry. So this giveaway will end on Monday because on Tuesday, during our live session on Tuesday, I will announce the winner and what they won. Okay, so that is the giveaway. That is the giveaway for our 100th session. Follow this page on Facebook and on Instagram. In fact, three. I've changed my mind. You have to follow me in the three. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Follow me all those places. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Follow the three pages. Like the post that would be for the giveaway post. Like that post and share that post on your story. Okay. Then comment on that post one lesson or one insight that you have gained from growth habits. Then I will announce the winner next week. Okay, so that is it. That is it for the giveaway. So we're going to go straight to the session for today. Um, Today we are talking about self-compassion. We're talking about self-compassion today, as it helps with resilience. Because remember that our whole this whole period we have been talking about resilience. So we're going to look at the power of self-compassion in resilience. How does self-compassion help us to be more resilient? That's basically what we are going to look at today. And as usual, we're going to do our recap. Okay, I didn't put our remember to make today count. Very important. Yes. Yeah. So welcome, welcome. I can see that there are three people. Um, Let me see if I can see where you're joining from. It looks like they are all on Facebook. Yeah, it looks like they're all on Facebook. Thank you for joining me today. I'm trying to see if I can see your names, but it's not showing me on Facebook. So thank you for joining me. Today on Growth Habits with Ngozi. All right, so the recap of what we have done so far on this series on resilience. We started with understanding resilience. That was our session 97, just doing an introduction on what resilience truly is. And we said that resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, from challenges, from issues, and to adapt to change and to grow from that bouncing back. So it's not just to bounce back from adversity, to bounce back from challenges. Growth must happen. Growth must happen on that bouncing back. Okay, so session 98, we talked about developing a growth mindset. Just give me a minute. Let me see if I can see on my other. Um, Let me see if I can find who is live on Facebook. Okay. Um, okay, I can see Joseph
Let me see if I can
Omochelu.
find.
That's the only person I can see right now. Um, I can see Regina Obiagu. Thank you for joining me. I'm just trying to see if I can make out all the people who are live on Facebook. Those are the ones I can see there. Okay, so thank you for joining me this afternoon on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Okay, so we're doing our recap. I was doing a recap. I said our session 98, we talked about developing a growth mindset. And we said the growth mindset basically helps you turn challenges into opportunities. It's a mindset that says, I can, in spite of the difficulties, in spite of the challenges we may be seeing, we know and we tell ourselves and we believe that we can. It's a mindset that doesn't see difficulties as a dead end, but sees them as stepping stones, as a way to move forward. That is the growth mindset. And we talked about that and we said that it's not just something that's nice to have, it has become an essential to survive in today's world. For you to thrive in the world that we live in today, you need to have a growth mindset. You can't have a fixed mindset that just, oh, this is just me, there's nothing I can do. It doesn't work anymore. Okay, then session 99, we talked about building emotional intelligence for better adaptability. And we said that Emotional intelligence is our ability to recognize and regulate our own emotions. Recognize and regulate. So important. It's very important that we recognize our emotions first and foremost, and then we learn to regulate it. Because if we don't recognize the emotions, we don't know what we are feeling, we don't know why we are feeling what we are feeling, we can't really regulate, and we can't really be resilient because our emotions will be in charge, and our emotions will, cause us to just be constantly stressed, constantly in a state of stress. So it's essential to recognize and regulate our emotions. Emotional intelligence is also being able to understand and influence the emotions of others. And I said I think I said it last week. We can't stop people from feeling what they feel. We really can't. But we can um, regulate how we react to what they're feeling or what they're doing. We can regulate that, how we react to it. And we can even, will I say indirectly, we can even indirectly influence people's reactions. But you have to understand your own emotions before you can do that. If you don't understand your own emotions, you don't understand your own, you've not been able to regulate your own emotions, you can't really influence another person's own. So, and also emotional intelligence is your ability to use your emotions effectively, especially in times of decision making. Okay, so that was our session 99. And of course, as I said, this is our 100th session. And we are looking at the power of self compassion in resilience. Remember that after this live, I will put up a post for our giveaway for our 100th session. So look out for that. Engage with that post. Engage with that post. Maybe you'll be the one to win the free one-on-one clarity session, or you will win a copy of Unleash Your Best Self. All right. So we are looking at the power of self-compassion in resilience. And let me ask, who here, as amongst the people who are watching, finds it easier to show kindness to others rather than to themselves? I'm raising my hand because I'm number one. I can show kindness to people without even counting the cost, without considering whether they will show kindness back. But I find it difficult to show myself the same kindness that I'm showing to others. I find this so difficult. So, and I also find it very easy to beat myself up for mistakes that I feel I made, or for errors that I feel I made, or for failing in one way or the other. Excuse me, I find this so easy, very easy to beat myself up. And I don't know who else is with me on that table here today. If you also find it easy or easier to show kindness to others than to yourself, and you find it very easy to beat yourself up for mistakes, for failures, for things that you feel you did wrong, then today's session is for you. Today's session is for you. If you fall into any of these brackets, and I know that many people do fall into these brackets, many people fall into this bracket. Many of us find it difficult. It looks like we're no longer live on Instagram. For some reason, it's frozen on Instagram, but Facebook is still live. So um, I will keep going, believing that Instagram will catch up. All right. So there's a quote. I think if I, okay, sorry, I need to check who said it. Let me not guess. Let me just look in my notes. Okay, yes. Jack Cornfield. He said, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. If your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. No, many of us, we are so hard on ourselves. We don't cut ourselves the same slack that we cut others. We don't give ourselves the same room that we give others. We don't make the same excuses in quotes for ourselves that we make for others. Because sometimes when people wrong you, just make excuse for them. Oh, they were in a bad mood. That was why they did that. Most times we don't do that for ourselves. We don't do that for ourselves. So self-compassion is basically the ability to treat yourself with the same kindness, with the same understanding, with the same support that you would offer to, say, your close friend. The same kindness, the same understanding, the same support that you would offer to a close friend. Being able to offer the same to yourself when you're facing difficulties, when you make mistakes, or when you fail in one thing or the other. That same kindness you would offer to a friend, that same understanding, that same support, being able to offer it to yourself, that is self compassion. And like I said, this is something many of us lack, including me. I think maybe I'm the chief offender in this matter. I think I'm the chief offender in this matter. So, self compassion involves, like I said, self kindness, being gentle and understanding with yourself. This does not mean that you tolerate, maybe you're being, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe, okay, you, like, for example, you made a mistake and you don't try to figure out why you made the mistake. No, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just being gentle, being understanding with yourself, knowing that you are still flesh and blood. You're still flesh and blood. You can make mistakes, and it is okay to make mistakes sometimes. Showing yourself that same self kindness, recognizing that imperfection is part of our humanity, it's part of what makes us human beings. It's part of it. We are not perfect yet. We're not. We're working towards perfection, but we're not perfect yet. So it's part of our shared human experience, as they would say. So having this understanding will also help you show yourself some self-compassion. Having that understanding that we're not perfect. Just like you would make that same statement for another person. No, nobody's perfect. And so, because you have made that statement for the person, you can excuse some of the things they do. Do the same for yourself. We're not perfect. None of us is perfect. We're all working towards perfection. And self-compassion also has to deal with, being present with your feelings without over identifying with the feelings. That's wallowing in them. You're not going to wallow in your feelings. You need to be able to be present with the feelings, understand that you're feeling this, why are you feeling this, without over identifying, and at the same time without suppressing the feelings. These are the ways that you can show yourself self-compassion. Allow yourself to feel things. Examine the feelings. Examine the feelings, and then allow, you know, make room, let me use that expression, for those feelings. Um, Balanced Living Consult, I see you on Instagram. Please do let me know if it is actually, it's looking like it's frozen from my end on Instagram. So please let me know. On Facebook, yes, I can see the video is live, but on Instagram, it looks like it's frozen. Please let me know on Instagram. Let me, so that if I have to restart it, let me know. Okay, so that is basically what self compassion is. Why does it matter? Why is it important um, for resilience that we show self compassion? Okay. One, I understand that. Okay, I'm just going to go to my notes because these things are researches that we have done. We said, according to Kristen Neff, this was done in 2003 and 2009, self compassion is linked to lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress, and higher levels of resilience, happiness, and motivation. This is the research that was done. So, this is not, I think. They carried out research on. Um, okay, I can see. Thank you, Mrs. Obiago. Thank you, mommy. Thanks. She says, congratulations on the 100 sessions of Good Habits with Ngozi. It's a big landmark. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, ma'am. I didn't. Oh, okay, okay. It's also live and it's okay on Instagram. Thank you, Balance Living Consulting, for confirming that to me. All right, so I was telling us some researches that have been done that shows that self-compassion matters for resilience. It is important for resilience. I told us about the one done by Kristen Neff on in 2003 and 2009. And then another one was done by Dr. Emma Sepala. I hope I pronounced that name right. And that research shows that self-compassion reduces burnout and builds long term resilience. Like I said, these are researches done by these people. Then, neuroscience findings indicate that self compassion activates the care system of the brain. That's the oxytocin, dopamine in our system. And these calm fear responses and builds emotional strength. So you see that when you show yourself, cut yourself a little bit of slack, when you show yourself some understanding, this does not mean you're tolerating laziness. This does not mean, you're beginning to procrastinate and you're accepting procrastination. No, it just means that you're understanding that I am a human being. I can make mistakes. So neuroscience finds that self compassion activates the care system of the brain, which calms fear responses, and builds emotional strength. So we see that this is an important thing. Self compassion is important that we show ourselves some self compassion. It will help us be more resilient in this life generally, to help us be more resilient. Um, I would want to say how How does self compassion build this resilience? How does it work? One, it reduces self criticism. When you show yourself self compassion, when you give yourself room, let me put it that way, when you allow yourself to be human, when you um, allow yourself to feel your emotions and not over identify with them and not suppress them at the same time. When you do this, it reduces self criticism. This does not mean that you will not, review your activities, your actions. But that voice, I think we talked about this last week. That voice in your head that's telling you you can't is silenced more when you show yourself some self compassion. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm so tired today. Since morning, I've just been tired. I can't even explain it. Woke up tired and I'm still tired up to now. So, pardon me if you see me yawning a couple of times. I can't explain what is happening. It's very unusual for me, but water is life. Solves every problem. So I still let me drink some water, probably to wake my system up. So self compassion also helps you have emotional balance because part of self compassion, as I said, is that not allowing yourself to overreact and not allowing yourself to internalize things is part of self-compassion. So of course, you will have balance in emotions. You will be emotionally balanced in your reactions and how you react to things. You it will, of course, this helps you in resilience because I mean, if you're balanced in your emotions and you're not overreacting, neither are you um, internalizing things. You're actually dealing with your emotions. Definitely, you'll be more resilient. You'll be more resilient. Then, self compassion helps us to improve our problem solving skills. When you are calm and when you are balanced emotionally, you can tackle problems, you can tackle challenges with the required, is it calmness I want to say? Because you see, when we're agitated, when our spirit is agitated, when our body is agitated, when our minds are agitated, the decisions we make at those times are not always the best. They're not always the best. So it's essential that we have our emotions in check. This is why self-compassion helps us be more resilient. And at those times, we can solve problems more effectively. So self-compassion improves our problem solving skills. It improves our ability to solve problems. More especially because it has silenced that self-critic voice, that voice in your head. When you show yourself some self-compassion and you understand that, such is life one, and you understand that you are a human being and um, humans must make some level of mistake. That negative voice is not as loud. It's not as loud. I'm not saying it has stopped, but it's not as loud. Then another thing that self-compassion does that helps us be more resilient, that it definitely encourages us to grow because we are learning from our failures, we are learning from our challenges. We are not being paralyzed by it. We're actually learning from it. So these are the ways. Okay, these are the ways that self-compassion will help us build resilience. So I'm just going to look at some of the components of self-compassion. I've mentioned them before, but let me just maybe give one or two examples of them. So one is self-kindness. We talked about it in the beginning. So is the trade-off between self-kindness and self-judgment. So when you're talking about self-compassion, you want to show yourself kindness. You don't want to self-judge. Now, let me make this clear. When I say self-judge, it doesn't mean that you will not assess. It's not self-assessment now. This is judging. What's that trend that's been reigning everywhere? Listen, we don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Assess yourself, yes. Because the aim of an assessment is to learn something and to be able to make any changes that would have arisen because of the assessment. But the aim of judgment is I've not seen any judgment when you judge yourself or you judge another person. I've not really seen where that leads to an improvement. Most times it leads to the person feeling worse. So be gentle with yourself. Honestly, be gentle with yourself. Understand with yourself, especially in those situations when life gets hard. Understand with yourself. And see, this is when we talked about emotional intelligence and we talked about self regulation. This is why it's essential to know yourself. Know yourself. Know your feelings. Know your emotions. Know why you feel the things you feel. Know why you react to things the way you react. This is why this is an essential thing. This is why it's very important. Okay. Um, there's something that I know that helps in this area of self kindness, and that is to just take out time. Consider. maybe three kind things you would say to your friend. Maybe your friend is going through something. Consider that you have a friend that is going through some challenging times, going through some kind of issue, and write down three things you would say to that friend. After writing down those three things, say those things to yourself. See, because really, if you had started from, oh, this is what I'm going to tell myself, the tendency that you wouldn't write the same things. You wouldn't. This is how our brain works. We are programmed not to show ourselves the same kindness we will show others. So start off by saying, okay, my friend is in a situation like this, and this. What are three kind things I would say to that friend? Write those three kind things down and then tell yourself those things. So that same compassion, that same kindness would have shown your friend. Show that same to yourself. This trick, let me call it a trick, works. Because by the time you now say it to yourself, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's true. But see, when you were writing it for a friend, it was like, yes, she needs the encouragement. Tell yourself, you also need encouragement. So write down three things that you would say to a friend, and then tell yourself the same three things. All right. So the next component or of self-compassion is, like I said, common humanity. Common humanity. That means to recognize that, see, the struggle is universal. Is universal. There's hardly anybody that's not going through something. The degree differs, but everybody's going through something. Um, I had a, if you did not sign up for Rise and Renew, you are missing something. Honestly, you are missing something. Me, I'm the one that started did the, and I'm the convener, but I am enjoying that program so much. I didn't even realize when I started. I did not realize how it was going to go. So on Saturday we had a session, a live session where we had a discussion. How far, how is it going with you? How is this transformation journey going with you? What are some things you have learned already? We One thing that we realized, which is why I'm sharing this, is that, see, the struggle, it is universal. Everybody is struggling with something. It just differs. What I'm struggling with, I'm using the word struggle carefully now. It's not what you're going through. It's not the same. But you're going through something. I'm going through something. And we are defeated when we think we're alone in that struggle. When we think nobody else is going through the same thing, nobody else would understand. But truly, you are not alone. Struggles are universal. Challenges are universal. Everybody is going through something. Everybody. And it's not a flaw that only you has, that you're going through some challenges. It's not. It's not. So it's common to man to have challenges. It's common to man to go through something. So understand that. Understand that you're not alone. Understand that somebody somewhere might even be going through exactly the same thing you're going through. It just looks different, but really, somebody somewhere is going through exactly the same thing you're going. If you have the opportunity to check, you would see. So you're not alone. You are not alone. Understand this. Understand this. It will get you through so much. It will get you through a lot. The understanding that you are not alone. Others are going through something. So find a community where you know you have a shared, um, when I say shared issue. Then find a community where you can hear other stories. Find a community where Um, you can see people are going through similar things. Find the community and join. Don't go it alone. Never, excuse me, never go it alone. Find the community. Like the Rise and Renew is a community. We are small for now, but I see that's growing. It's a community of people that have looked at their life and they just need that little pep up, that little kickstart. Find a community like that of people that probably are going through whatever it is you're going through currently. One, it will help you see that you're not alone. And you could also learn from those people, from how they are dealing with their issues. But I did to put a caveat here. There are some people that, when you're choosing that community, don't go and put yourself in a place where people don't believe what you believe, where people don't see things the way you see. Then you expose yourself to what you cannot handle. So be careful when choosing the community, the supportive community that you want to belong to in order to help you. And another thing is mindfulness. Another aspect of self compassion is mindfulness. And that is um, holding your emotions in balance, like I said. You're not suppressing your emotions and you're not over identifying. When you over identify with your emotions, you become a wreck because you're all up in your feelings and you can't even move. You can't even move. You don't make progress because you're all up in your feelings. Welcome Narf Kitchen and Pastries. Welcome Dr. B. Tijani on Instagram. I'm glad you are here with me and you chose such an awesome day to join my 100th session. So thank you so much. I'm glad that you joined me this afternoon. Okay, so okay, just checking on Facebook if I can see any other person. So um, have that balance in your emotional awareness is very important. Don't suppress your emotions. Don't over identify either. That middle ground exists. It's essential you find it. Don't over identify. You just become a wreck. Don't suppress because this is what leads to depression. You suppress your feelings. You don't allow yourself to feel things. Before you know it, you're upset, you're sad, and these are the things that lead us to be depressed times sometimes. So ensure that you find that middle ground in emotions where you allow yourself to feel, you understand why you feel. I have to emphasize this part. Understand why you feel what you feel. I gave an example of anger. I think it was in the session we had on Saturday or here last week. I can't really remember where now. But I gave an example of anger. And I said that we need to sit down with ourselves and understand why we are angry at whatever it is that's making us angry. It is not because of what the person said. It is not. It's not because of what the person did. I'm not taking away that what people say can make us angry. No, that is there. But you need to sit with yourself and understand why you're angry. First of all, accept that you're angry and then understand why you are angry. Why did this action the person take anger you? Why I say this because that same action, another person will not be angered by it. Exactly the same action. So why did it anger you? When you can figure this out, because this is what helped me deal with anger. When you can figure out one, yes, I am angry. Two, why I am angry. What is it about this action that makes me angry? You will find that you don't get so angry anymore. because you've understood the reason and then you deal with it. Of course, you don't just understand it and keep it there. You understand that this is why this upset me. This is why this thing this person said angered me. And then you deal with it. You will find that things that used to anger you will not anger you anymore. It will not anger you anymore. So learn to deal with your emotions. Learn to understand your emotions and balance them out. So very important. So very key. One thing that helps people um, in this mindfulness is deep breathing. It helps me in anger because when somebody says something, when somebody says something to me that upsets me, the first thing I do now, because I have practiced it over and over, and I'm just now just kind of automatic now, is I take a deep breath. I don't answer you, I don't respond to you immediately. I take a deep breath, and that's 1 second, because sometimes it's just 1 second of deep breathing. Sometimes it's more than that. That short pause gathers my thoughts so that I say the right things, the things that I will say and you will hear and understand. So practice deep breathing. It helps. It really helps. I say I just took a deep breath now, not because anybody angered me, but I just needed to take a deep breath. So it helps. That short pause really does wonders. And I also sometimes when somebody is saying something that is upsetting to me, I try to put distance between me and the person, whether it's physical distance or emotional distance. So sometimes in my head, I tune off to what you're saying. These are my own ways of coping. In my head, I've tuned off to whatever it is you're saying. I'm no longer, I don't want to say hearing because I can hear the sound, but it's just sound I'm hearing at that point. I am not making any sense in my head of what you're saying. And it's intentional. It's not that my brain stopped working. I choose not to make sense of it. So when you finish, you're expecting reaction and nothing comes. So find what works for you and then apply it. Okay, I think I've given us some of these practical ways to practice self-compassion. One way that um, works for a lot of people is a journal. In that session I was talking about on Saturday, someone gave an example of how her journal has become like her therapist. I think that was the way she put it, because that she just pours out all her feelings on that journal. Every single thing she writes it down the way she's feeling it. And just that process of writing it down calms her down. The emotions reduce, and so she can react better. But putting it down has been therapeutic for her. So her journal has become like her therapist. So journaling helps. Is a way to practice self-compassion because you in your journal you write down maybe your difficult moments, the challenges you're passing through, and there you can acknowledge that yes, I'm struggling with this thing, and the journal is not going to judge you. The journal is not going to say, you're overreacting to this thing. No, the journal will not talk back to you. So just put those things down, write out all your emotions on the journal. And some people add this aspect because now this is a self-compassion journal. What would a kind friend say to these things that I've written down, to all these emotions that I've poured out here? So consider it. It has helped some people. I've told us of someone that it has helped. I've not really um, journaled as per um, my emotions all the time. Once in a while, I do it, really. Once in a while, I do it, but it's not a regular occurrence for me. Another thing you can do is what is called the self compassion break. This is, I told you that was a study done by Dr. Kristen. This is the one that came up with this. And this uses a 3-step practice when you're feeling overwhelmed, when something is just too much. One is mindfulness, and it's says this is just a moment of suffering, this is just a moment of trouble, this is just a moment. The key thing there is that it's a moment, it will not last forever. Then the second thing is the common humanity. This struggle is part of life. This challenge I'm going through now is part of life. This difficulty that I'm facing now is part of life. And then three, self kindness. And that is just, I can be kind to myself right now, even in the midst of this difficulty. Even in the midst of this difficulty. So that is self compassion break, as propounded by Dr. Christine Neff. The next thing is, of course, self compassion language. Reframe self talk. Reframe, oh, I'm such a failure. Yes, I'm reframing to, yes, I might be struggling now. I am struggling now, in fact. Right now, I am struggling. But one, I'm doing my best. Two, I can get over this. I know I can. Reframe those thoughts. When those self critic words come up in your head, reframe them immediately. Don't even allow it to pass for a second. My apologies for this one, and I can't really, I don't know. I don't know. So, reframe your self talk, reframe it. It always works. Okay, so I don't know if there's I wanted to, but I think I've given quite a lot of examples. There are some consequences anyway of when you don't have self-compassion, when you don't show yourself self-compassion. There are some consequences. One is chronic stress and anxiety. Two is burnout and exhaustion. You can imagine, this goes without saying. Three is fear of failure and perfectionism. You become a perfectionist, that nothing is ever right. Then you have difficulty recovering from setbacks. When you don't practice self compassion, you will find it difficult to recover, to bounce back from setbacks. So I want to tell us this, even as I round up. Yeah, even as I round up this session. See, this harsh self criticism, it doesn't motivate anyone. No. It really doesn't. It just paralyzes you. It just keeps you from making um, movement or making progress. So show yourself some compassion. Show yourself some compassion. Cut yourself some slack, as I said. Cut yourself some slack. All right. So let me ask. Um, think about a recent mistake that you may have made, or a recent challenge you may have passed through. What would a kind friend, a friend that you know is kind, what would they say to you about it? Whatever you think that kind, good friend would have said, say the same things to yourself. This is a way to practice self compassion. I'm sure that as we have gone through this, we would have identified on our own some areas that we need to show ourselves some compassion. Please, write it down somewhere and begin to work on it. It's not enough to just write it. Write it down somewhere, begin some progress on it so that you can be more resilient in times of difficulties, in times of challenges. So self-compassion is not a weakness. So it's really not a weakness. We might want to think of it as that, but it's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. It's not a weakness. It's actually strength. It's actually a strength that you're able to show yourself some compassion. And it is a key part of resilience, because it's that self-compassion actually helps you to stand up when life knocks you down, or when challenges knock you down. It's that your ability to show yourself some compassion that helps you stand up. So um, I want to ask, I guess do I make it a task for us? I don't know how many of us want to do assignment now, but I mean, practice one act of self compassion. We have mentioned a couple of things you can do. Pick one every day and practice it. Pick one each day and practice that one. Then journal it, write it down somewhere. Write it down somewhere. If you have a journal, write it in your journal. If it's an e-journal, write it down. That act that you have chosen to practice for today, write it down. Write down how you practiced it. Write down how it came out. What was the um, outcome? Write it down. And by the end of 1 week, that means you have probably done like six, we just say, six acts of self-compassion, and you have your evidence, your yeah, your evidence, because you are writing down the act you chose and you're writing down how did it go. By the time you go back in that 1 week's time and read over those things, you will see that you have made so much progress. You have made amazing progress. Amazing progress. Okay, so that is where I will bring it to a close today on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Remember our 100 session giveaway. The post is coming immediately after this. Once I finish this live and I end it, I will put up the post for the giveaway. Okay, I will put up the post for the giveaway, and then we shall do the actual giveaway next week, Tuesday. During the live session, I will announce the winner of the giveaway. Remember, the grand prize is for 1 hour, free 1 hour clarity session with me. And then the other prizes are copies of Unleash Your Best Self. Okay. No, it has to, yeah, the journal where you write. So you can get this for your journaling. And then the prompts, the write ups that help you ponder and help you think. And okay, let me just read. It gives an action point. It will give you something. I opened exactly to this day 11 again. So I'm going to read this day 11. When I opened this before, it opened to this day 11. Now that I've opened again, I've opened to this day 11. So I'm going to read it. It says, Mastering the Art of Communication. Speak with impact. In the grand tapestry of personal growth, communication is the brushstroke that paints our connections and shapes our influence. This entry into your growth journal explores the art of mastering the art of communication. Join me as we unravel three scenarios, each illustrating the transformative power of effective communication and the steps to enhance your ability to speak with influence. One, elevator pitch epiphany. Crafting a concise and compelling elevator pitch can transform how others perceive you. Two, to define your message, clearly articulate your key message or value proposition. Practice conciseness in this elevator pitch. Hone the ability to express your ideas. Seek feedback. That is action point one. Action point two, the emphatic exchange. Effective communication goes beyond words. It encompasses understanding, sorry, empathetic, not emphatic. It goes beyond words, it encompasses understanding and empathy. Through an encounter where I actively listened and acknowledged the emotions of a colleague, I learned the profound impact of empathy. So that is the second action point. And the third action point is the power of non-verbal communication. Maintain eye contact, open posture, gesture purposefully. So after reading this, the way this works with the journal is after reading this, you now go to the journal and make your inputs. Maybe craft your elevator pitch. Look at ways that you can be more empathetic. Look at ways that you can practice nonverbal communication. So this is how it works. It goes together. But you can actually just have this if you have your own journal. You can get this, and from the prompts, from the discussions, you write down what will go in your journal, or you get it together with its companion journal. But for this giveaway, I'm giving away a set like this together to someone. I have three of these to give away. I'm giving it away to whoever comes second and third. Yes, in our giveaway post. So thank you all so much for joining me today once again. On Growth Habits with Ngozi. It's always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for those that join live. Thank you for those that watch the replay. Sometimes when I go back, like on Facebook, and I see that there's 100 replays, 200 replays. Thank you so much for watching. It always blows my mind. And since we have started going live on YouTube also, I go on YouTube. I see 20 um, um, view watches now, and it blows my mind. So thank you all so much for always being there. This 100 sessions is you. If you were not here, if you did not join, if you did not watch the replays, I wouldn't have continued. So thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Um, I had crafted a thank you um, message to read to us. So maybe I should just go ahead and read it. Maybe I should just, because initially I was thinking I'll post it after the giveaway. But what do you think? Should I just go ahead and read the thank Okay, let me just read it because it's supposed to be today. So I said, wow, we've officially hit 100 sessions of Good Habits with Ngozi, and I couldn't have done it without you. When this journey began, it was just an idea, one step toward creating a space for learning, reflection, and today, looking back at all the incredible conversations, all the insights and transformations, I am filled with deep gratitude. To everyone who has tuned in, shared their thoughts, asked questions, and applied what they've learned, I say a heartfelt thank you. Your growth stories inspire me every day, and I am honored to walk this journey with you. As we celebrate this milestone, I'd love to hear from you. Share your biggest takeaway from Growth Habits with Ngozi using the hashtag at Growth Habits 100. Let's celebrate growth together. Okay, so and then um, the giveaway which I have announced. So thank you all once again. I am so honored, and it's such a privilege um, to have you join me every Tuesday right here, 12 noon on Growth Habits with Ngozi. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube live, 12 noon every Tuesday. Don't forget to follow us on all our other social media handles, TikTok, Growth Habits with Ngozi, um, Instagram, we also have a Growth Habits with Ngozi page, aside from my own personal page, Ngozi Kao. On Facebook, we have a Growth Habits with Ngozi page. And of course, this is my personal Facebook page. And on YouTube, Growth Habits with Ngozi. So thank you all. I'm also on TikTok, Growth Habits with Ngozi. I've not been able to go live on TikTok yet, but somewhere along the line, we will be able to go live on TikTok. Thank you all once again for joining me. Remember to make today and every day count. Be valuable and grow. Ensure that in everything you are valuable and that you are growing. Thank you all once again, and see you all next week, Tuesday, right here on Growth Habits with Ngozi. Bye, and have an awesome day. I think I should play that trumpet. Let me find that sound again. Okay. Why is it not playing? I don't know what happened. Oh, I hope we can hear it. Yes. Okay. Thank you all so us once again and see you next week, Tuesday. Bye.